Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Videographers Live. So today we have with us a filmmaker who specializes more on filmmaking. So please let's welcome Albbany.
Hi, this is Albbany.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
You're
We are glad to have you, and we are very sure that we'll learn so much from you. So let me ask you first of all a very simple question.
Okay.
So I want to ask, why videography? Like, of all things in this world, what drew you to videography? What just captured your heart and you just start?
Should I tell you from a Nigerian mindset or should I tell you from a creative mindset? Which one do you want to hear?
Let me first hear from the Nigerian mindset. Let me see.
Sapa. Okay. One of the things I actually say when people tell me what draws me down to videography was the fact that I wanted to be self-employed. I wanted to make my own money.
So, how did you keep going? How were you able to motivate yourself? Like, I'm very sure there would have been things that would have pressed you down. Like you said, it was not on your mindset at all. So I'm very sure there would have things that would have discouraged you. You would have practically looked at it like there's no hope. But what kept you going? How did you navigate those struggles and continue to hold on to it?
One thing for me, I really don't tell people that I had struggles in videography or putting myself here because I won't say I had it all sorted out, but my beginning was a little bit fair for me because after my 2 month class, I was into crypto and the rest. So I was able to have money to get my camera
Wow.
even before I graduated from the 2 month stuff. So it was not really more like, after learning, I had to start looking for money to get. So, but then after getting the camera, I don't know what to do with it. I just go to events. In short, my first 2 jobs were actually me just going to, I went to church. I bought my camera today. I went to church the next day. I was shooting at our youth program in church. The shutter speed, I was even shooting at 4K. To tell you how I did not even know the settings of my camera, but then with time I was able to learn the whole process of the whole camera thing. And that was how the whole thing went. I bought camera, I got a drone and the rest, but it was not really. I will only say my discouragement was that I was seeing people using a lesser camera than me, and they were bringing out good stuff.
Yeah.
But that was when I knew that it's not just about the gadgets; it's about the skills and then the experience
Yes, that's very
you actually have. And then with time, I've been able to if I see my old videos and then I see my new videos, like, oh, who was shooting this thing 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So that's just the whole thing.
So I want to ask, who are your mentors? Like, who motivates you? Who keep you inspired? Who do you look up to?
So I have 2 mentors, Sam Oliver and Alex Anthony. I think when I came down to Imo State to continue my HND, they were the 2 creative I met. Like, I would say I was opportune to just be under the guidance of Alex Anthony. Sometimes some people ask me, why do you have? I'm like, I took up my bag, I went to World Photography Day. Alex saw me, he spoke to me, I was like, okay. And that was how the whole thing. And then Sam Olive is Alex Anthony's friend. That was how I was able to connect with Sam Olive. And since then, it has been blissful for me. Anytime I kind of have some little shortcomings or stuff, I just had sometimes just talk to them, okay, how do I do these things? And they give me insights. If I'm having a wedding to shoot or probably something I'm trying to do, I go to their pages, go through what they've done. Okay, this is how it was done, and then that's how it has been coming through.
Nice. Very nice, especially to work with 2 good people. It will boost.
Over rest.
Wow, that is very helpful. Okay, so I've in your profession as a filmmaker, have you what are your challenges? What are the challenges you have come across? How did you overcome them?
Okay.
Mm.
Let me just talk about the recent one. I think the one that happened last month. Yeah, February, early February. I'd already packed up for the shoots from the house, and everything was in short. I tried cross checking what I packed already,
Mm.
yet, and then getting to the hotel for the shoot. It was supposed to be a birthday fashion room shoot, yeah, of a lady. And then unpacking my stuff, trying to set up my camera and do it, but I realized that I forgot to add my. In short, I had my L bracket. L bracket is the L stuff to make your video in portrait. But then the screw for the L brackets was nowhere to be found. I was like, how
How on earth?
how on earth did I not check for the okay, normally I've not experienced something like that before because the screw of the L bracket is always there. You understand? But just really don't know what happened. Okay, I went to meet the photographer. He was wearing a belt, so I was like, okay, guy, give me your belt, your camera strap. You understand? Let me use. You know what the normal is to hold the camera stuff. Let me see if it's going to work. But then it was not. It was not. It was not making sense. I just had to improvise. I think there was an event I went with Sam. Sam is my helper. There was an event I went with Sam, and he was shooting. No, it was a wedding, and I noticed he was shooting portraits without an L bracket. I was like, "How did you do it?" Because I was never aware there was a way you can make your gimbal in portrait mode without an L bracket. It was like you just have to turn into point of view mode and then turn your hand like this to position it in portraits. I was like, "Oh, okay." Probably one day I'll make use of it. I never knew that day was the day, because if I had not had that idea, I probably would have gone back. But then going back, my house was probably like 45 minutes drive. Going and coming back, I should be up to 2 hours. I just had to shoot portraits using point of view mode in my gimbal and then holding my gimbal like this. You know when you're holding your camera like this, the hand it's heavy. But then you have to bend your hand to this place, like in this position.
Yeah.
I would say after that shoot, the next for like 3 to 4 days, my hand was paining me. It was more like an experience. It was fun, but then I was like, nah, never again. I went back to the house after the shoot. I saw the screw inside one of my box I used for the last event I went for. I was like, I'm a chosen. There's nothing else. Because the ones that I was like, why the hell? Because okay, I normally have 2 bags if I'm going for events, depending on the kind of shoot. If it's going to be something that requires me carrying a lot, I tend to carry the big box. If it's just a simple stuff, I just carry my school bag and then pack up my stuff inside. So I think it's actually fell out when I was packing up or removing stuff from it, and then I did not notice. But then using shooting with point of view mode portraits. In case you don't know, point of view, you're good. Thank you. What
Thank
else?
you very much. So, I want you to look at the camera and advise those coming in
Okay.
or those already in the industry of videography. Like, what advice will you give them?
For people who just wanted to come into the world of videography and filmmaking, I did advise you should one have somebody that you look up to in the industry. You understand? I think that is one of the things that will direct your step and being able to speed up whatever you be doing. Like if you are with somebody that knows what he's doing, if you have a mentor that knows what he's doing, it won't take you so much time for you to catch up with him. You understand? But with experience, I think one of the things that helped me was being able to work with good people that are good in their field, and people that understand the business part of videography. Because one of the things that will scale you up is you knowing, not just knowing the skills, but having the skills of the business part. I don't know, the English is not that
No. You
You
said it
understand?
well.
Understanding the business part of filmmaking and as a creative will actually help you, will scale you more. And for people that are in the world of filmmaking, continuous practice, 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 practice. After shooting a client video, give them what they want. You have your own video, you edit what you want. You understand? Because there are sometimes I think the last 2 jobs I did, the lady was like, she did not like how the video was. In the sense that okay, she wanted this there, this inside. I was like, okay, no problem. I edited it to her own taste, you understand? But after delivering it to her, I calmed down, edited it to what I feel it's best. Because there are sometimes you do stuff for client and then they tell you, okay, they want it to be like this, they want it to be like this, and you just have to listen to them. It's their money, they paid for it.
So wait, let me ask you. So in the next 5 years now, for you, where do you like? How do you visualize the next 5 years of your life?
The next 5 years of my life, I actually want to own a video house where I just have an empty space where I can be able to have different kind of sets, a movie sets in just one building. I don't need to find a location or find another location. Not like an empty warehouse with lights and whatever gadgets you want to ask of that I can be able to afford. You understand? At that period of time, because 5 years, 10 years later, we are all upgrading again. So I want to envision. There's something I've actually pictured in Owerri. We rarely have videographers that have their personal studios.
Yeah.
You just have more photographers with studios. And I don't think I cannot even point out to one video studio we have in Owerri that it's just mainly for videos, which is actually what, with God's grace and God willing, it's something I want to achieve for myself.
So thank you so much for being here. We are very grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have come to the end of today's podcast. I learned so much. I believe you too, you learned a lot. So please make sure you stay tuned till next week Friday, when we will have another professional filmmaker who will also tell us more about the videographer's life.